Hello everybody, and welcome to episode 6 of this series. For those who don't know, this video will be part of a collection of videos, so make sure you check out the entire playlist by clicking that card in the top right corner. Otherwise, you may be a bit confused about what's going on. For those who are less confused, welcome back. I'm sure that you guys have lost track, so we've died 144 times, crashed 10 times, and have had sex with 10 people. Our overall goal was to complete the base game while only having 1 HP. The rules for this run were, number 1, we could not wear any armor or clothing whatsoever. Number 2, we could not have any companions with us. Number 3, we were not allowed to use VATs whatsoever. Number 4, every location in the base game must be found if we could reach them. Number 5, we must have sex with everyone we possibly could. Our goal for this stream was to find locations, get experience, and to get ready for Zion Canyon. Now that the goals are set and the rules are clear, let's rock and roll. We started this stream where we last left off, at Cottonwood Cove. Heading north from there, we found a variety of locations before stumbling onto Camp Searchlight. This location was going to be difficult to clear, but well worth it for the XP. The radiation was going to be a big problem since we didn't have much rad away from Vault 34 left over. We found a nice spot where we weren't getting too many rads and started sniping the ghouls that we could see in town. We wanted to activate the turrets to help us with the remainder of the ghouls, so we activated the one under the bridge and moved toward the church. We ran right past the ghouls and went to activate the turret before they could get a hit on us, but our skill wasn't high enough and we died. So instead of acting recklessly, we brought them back to the beginning turret that was under the bridge using our sniper and took them out with no problem. We did that for the remaining ghouls until there was only one left. For those who don't know, this ghoul isn't feral like the rest of them. The general that offered you this quest wants him dead regardless, but you can always bring him to a ranger station if you have enough speech. You can also just get the dog tag from him and move on if you have enough speech, and that was the option that we chose to do. When we went to confront him, we forgot to check our radiation, and we died. We talked to the trooper, got his dog tag, and turned in that quest, leveling us up. The stats that we chose are on screen right now, and the perk we chose was Shotgun Surgeon. After that, we went up the road and found an ambush spot. Here, when you enter a trailer, they spawn a whole bunch of enemies all around you, some with melee, some with guns. This is going to be tricky. So we quick saved and went into the trailer. On our first attempt, we tried to sneak out of the trailer and get into a position where we had all of them in front of us. This did not work and we died. Next, we tried sniping them from the trailer, but with no luck, we died. It's not that their gear was too powerful or anything. Normally this encounter isn't that difficult at all, but having 1 HP made this way more difficult than it needed to be. We died over and over again, sniping from the trailer. Eventually we decided to let them come to us. We aggroed them and then moved to the back of the trailer. They entered one by one and we got them all. We found many locations after that before stumbling onto Mesquite Mountain Campsite. This area is full of rad scorpions, all of them scattered along the hillside. This made it extremely hard for me to snipe them. This area is very tricky for lower levels in the early game, but once you get enough armor and weaponry, it isn't too hard at all. All of that being said, all of that applies for a normal playthrough with normal health. We were feeling confident, even though they were faster than us. I felt our gear was good enough, so we moved in with All American, and we died very quickly. Next we tried using Thump Thump to try to lob grenades over the hill and onto them, but then they snuck around us and we died. After that, we tried the good old strategy of standing on a rock and aggroing them from a distance, and then sniping them once they got into sight. This tactic worked and we found the location. We went over to Mojave Outpost next, then to Morning Star Cave. For those who don't know, Morning Star Cave is full of Night Stalkers. We tried our nade launcher and they rushed us and we died almost immediately. So taking out our anti-material rifle, we used the cheesy tactic of explosive rounds and took them all out. After a while, we leveled up. The stats that we chose are on screen right now. Our next objective was to find the airport in the bottom left corner of the map. While sniping at some scorpions, a feral noticed us and took us out. We cleared the airport and then went to Fire Root Cave. which was filled with fire geckos. We tried the All-American first. They rushed us and we died. Taking them out one by one, we got through the cave and left through the second entrance, but I had forgotten that there were multiple outside waiting for us. One of these geckos was extremely close and walking toward us as we exited. All that we had equipped was All-American, which was not ideal for this situation. We died a lot. 6 times to be exact. We were eventually able to open our Pip-Boy before the gecko got us. We took some Psycho and equipped the terrible shotgun. When we left the Pip-Boy, the fire gecko missed us on its first attack, and we ended them all with efficiency. We then moved toward the lake lurks toward the south, and we died from a lake lurk that snuck up behind us. The problem, though, was that I had no idea where this lake lurk was coming from, and we kept on dying randomly while sniping. So we snuck all the way across the area and up the cliff, and died immediately after killing one of them. So we went to the exact same spot and we waited, not shooting at any of them. We died randomly and out of the blue, for no reason. I couldn't help but ask myself, where was this invisible lake lurk coming from, and why was it invisible? So we fast traveled out of there and died immediately upon arrival. This was either an extremely fast, invisible, intangible lake lurk, or we were dying from something else. It turned out to be the latter. We were dying from psycho withdrawal. For some reason I did not notice that we had gotten addicted, so we decided to take some more psycho and fast travel bit by bit till we got to Novak to talk to a doctor. We cured our addiction. After that, we set our sights on Repcon. While taking care of the ghoul held up in the basement, we died from one of his traps going off. Once we finished up that quest, we went to the boomers to complete their quests and level up. Here are the stats that we chose, and the perk that we chose was Explorer, to help us find every single location that we could. Our next objective was to get the bomber from the lake, but we did not have enough stats to get the rebreather. This meant that swimming down to the bottom of the lake and placing the ballast under the plane wings was going to be extremely difficult. We tried 3 times and died each time, and crashed on the 4th attempt. While booting back into the game so that we could swim to our demise, we pondered the age-old question: is water wet, or does it simply make things wet? Once we got back in, on our first attempt, we nailed it! Turned in that quest, and we went to H&R Tool Company to clear that area out for the XP. While turning a corner, a laser turret got us. After clearing out H&R Tool Company, we went over to the Horowitz farmstead to find that location and clear out the gang members. We tried using All-American on our first attempt, but all of them had guns as well, so we died almost immediately after taking out the first one. We got even more distance and sniped them all out. We then fast traveled to Helios 1 to try to do that quest, but we crashed once we arrived. When we loaded back in, we realized we didn't have enough science to hack the terminal. Feeling defeated, we left and cleared Sunset Sarsaparilla plant with absolutely no deaths, and then we went to Jacobstown. At this point, we decided to end the stream. In total, we died 29 times this stream, crashed only twice, and unfortunately, Cutthroat did not find a single person to have sex with while traveling the wastelands. Maybe next time Cutthroat would get lucky. I know this video took a long time to get out, but thank you all so much for being so patient, waiting for it to come out. I promise the next ones will come out a lot faster. And thank you all for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel and follow my Twitch. The link is in the description below. Also, please don't forget to leave a comment about what you think of this run so far. I'd love to hear what you guys have to think. Unfortunately, we have stopped doing the New Vegas Monday streams for now, at least till we get this run out on YouTube. Otherwise, we play a lot of Crossout on Twitch, which is always tons of fun, so make sure you tune in. If you feel like supporting in a more direct way, don't forget to subscribe on Twitch, and also we have a Patreon page, so make sure you check that out. Link is in the description as well. One day, I'd love to be able to make content for you fine folks full time, so every little bit helps me reach my dream, as well as help me find the time to make these videos and stream. But thank you all so much for watching and supporting, and I hope to see you in the next stream or in the comment section down below. And a special thanks goes out to tobirevblackfire for sharing his talents, the folks over at EFAP for motivation, the Mitton squad for inspiration, and every Twitch and Patreon sub. You guys are absolutely amazing. Thank you for your continued support, and peace out.